Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's another makeup stream day. I was not able to stream yesterday, so I'm doing Inktober52 today, Tuesday. And I'm really excited because it was surprisingly easy to get the prompt this week to fit with my theme of Gryphons. When I saw that the prompt was kettle, I just googled kettle birds, and it turns out that a kettle of birds is a group of birds riding an updraft. So that's like an actual thing. It's called a kettle, so because it's like they're riding the steam, or something like it's coming out of the kettle or whatever, I guess. But yeah, that was so nice. So easy to make it related to Gryphons. Oh, Sarah, hello! Long time no see! Wow! You made it in like the first 60 seconds. Or maybe the first 120 seconds. Wow, it's great to see you! How's it going? Have you been having a good day? It's almost, I guess it's end of work day for you. Oh, and Exie is here too! Hello, Exie! Yay! It's so lucky today! 2 people right off the bat. I'm trying to take a sip of my water. So much to say today. Yay! Oh, Sarah says, this bag is so stinky cute. Yeah, it's given a set from Mito in a box, a little set of gift bags, but I've just been using them to organize stuff. So yeah, they do the Shiba Inu print. Sarah also says I don't work on Tuesdays. Oh, well then perfect. Just so happens, since I had to reschedule my stream from yesterday, that I'm streaming today. Excellent. Exie, how are you? I don't remember if I asked. Is everybody doing good? Hope everybody is good. I'm having a good day so far. Oh, it's still tight over here, that's why I can't open it. I'm having a good day so far. Yesterday I cleaned up my studio pretty good. Not perfect. There's still like a huge stack of boxes over in that corner, and my light table over here is completely unusable, covered in stuff. But like, I'd say 75% of my workspaces are clean and usable, so it's really nice. Alright, so within this cute Shiba Inu bag is my tool kit that I've been using for Inktober52 this year. Almost all stuff that I got from the Inktober retreat last October. So there's this kit with mild liner, double-ended markers, and their fine liner pens. It's Zebra. And this Inktober sketchbook from Moleskine. Then there's 2 brush pens. Both of them have the same medium size brush tip, and the red one has a small size on the other end as well. And then the couple things that I added myself. A Palomino black wing pencil, my favorite color, and that I've ever gotten, I guess. And a sharpener in case I need to sharpen it. Oh, don't roll away, pencil. Ah, gotcha. Sarah says, I close on Mondays and Wednesdays, so I always miss those. Friday, I keep managing to be distracted every single time. Well, it makes sense, because Friday is the end of the week. So fun. Want to just do something that's not usual. Celebrate the end of the week. That's at least how I feel. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that you're doing all right. Exie says, I'm all right. Thanks for asking. How are you? I'm good. I'm feeling really energized because the weather is nice for me. I know that I don't have the typical opinions about what nice weather is, but it got really cool and it's been really rainy, and it's also kind of weird because it's like early spring weather all of a sudden, and it's about to be summer in a couple days, so what the heck? Okay, this is last week's, and I wrote the wrong. I was so tired last week. I wrote, like, every stream I said, like, I'm so tired. I wrote the wrong prompt on there. I fixed it, though. I wrote the right prompt. Okay, so new spread. And I think since this kettle is So the bird kettle, the like birds riding, a group of birds riding an updraft. I imagine it like the steam coming out of a kettle, so I'm just going to use one side. I'm not going to use the whole spread this time, because then that feels more like the steam coming out. Ooh, and I just had a great idea. I could do like a kettle at the bottom, and then have the little Gryphons riding on it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Why not? I can do whatever I want. It doesn't, it's all practice, so yeah, I'm going to do that. That'll be weird and different. Yeah. Sarah says Fridays also get stuff done day, and appointments also often end up on Fridays. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, at least if you're ever bored, I always put the recordings up. But I'm so glad that you could make it today. It's so nice to have people to talk to. So let's see. I'm just going to do a super simple kettle spout. No, I'm not even going to look at a reference image. It's just going to be like, this is probably good enough. Just super generic, basic. There. And then we'll have, I'm going to have the air kind of steam, but also like a swish, like it's swirling around almost like a tornado. And then we'll have like little steamy swirls here and there to make it feel also like steam and not just a tornado. Man, this is fun. This is a lot different from what I've been doing. I mean, it's not like I don't like what I've been doing, but it's fun to do something different, so. Okay. Okay. I finally got caught up. Sarah says you've been uploading them right away, but my brain is dead. Oh, that's okay, though. It's been a crazy year. I haven't been able to write to you. That's okay. I've been writing to you. I hope that you got my letters. Or have been getting them. I just sent one yesterday, so I don't think you would have gotten that one yet, but that's the nice thing about YouTube. It's always available. If you're ever bored or whatever, think about it. It's not going anywhere. At least I'm not going to. I mean, who knows? It's also the internet, so YouTube could someday mysteriously be taken down, or I don't know. It's possible. Okay, so now I've got this kettle with its steam coming out, and now to draw the other kind of kettle, which is the group of birds riding on it, well, it's going to be Gryphons for me, so I'm just going to do little teeny tiny silhouettes of Gryphons. They're super small, like a centimeter. Just do a bunch of them. Just soaring, enjoying the ease of just riding the thermal instead of having to beat their wings. Whee! Wow, this is fun because I can use my imagination a lot, and I don't really need too much. In fact, I don't think I need any reference images for this, because it's just it's just silhouettes and super basic shapes. I'm trying to include lots of different angles. So it's nice because I practiced so many different Gryphons and the angles, the sizes, shapes, different kinds of birds that they're based on, so I have that now in my memory to draw from. Okay. I'm going to try to also, so I'm going to make some bigger and smaller, because the bigger ones will look like they're closer, and the smaller ones will look farther away. But also bigger and smaller because they might be different birds, or different types of Gryphon. I always say different birds, but what I mean is that the bird half is different. Let's do one like smack dab in the middle. also can be kind of centered. You give this one long, thin wings. Let's make them longer. Make them longer. Make them like a seagull. Albatross. I still think about that albatross that I drew the other day. Albatross Gryphon. I want to read that poem that I got reminded of with the albatross. Maybe it's just called The Albatross or something. I can't remember, but it's like everybody I knew had to read that poem in junior high or whatever. This one, the wings look stumpy, but it's my attempt to make it like you're looking at it like this instead of like this little, like, instead of the wing going out like this, it's like turned this way so it looks shorter. Who knows how effective it is, but that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, thank you. Sarah says, impressive, you're so amazing. Yay, thank you. This is so exciting because the prompt is, I was like, oh shoot, what am I going to do with Kettle? How am I going to make Kettle have a, you know, I could draw a Gryphon making tea or something, I guess, but I wanted to do something unexpected, and that's why I've been Googling stuff, and then it's like, oh man, it's perfect. And actually, since this is such a smooth prompt, I think I'll be able to focus a lot on the inking. Excuse me. Now that I'm looking at it, it would actually be really nice if I could take some time to do some hatching maybe, or just fill it in with black ink around the edges and maybe a little bit inside of the steam. And then that way the steam will look white because it'll look like it's on a dark background and it'll actually have like a steam characteristic to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's good. I'll do 7. 7 is a nice lucky number. So I'll be done with the pencil work. So now, oh, I'm sure they didn't. Sarah says, I think my art brain cells all died. No, they're still there. They're just waiting. They're building up. They're building up ideas. And then from a practical sense, it's really hard to be creative when there's lots of stress or lots of practical concerns. So they're not dead. They're just in hibernation. They're waiting for when you're ready. They're ready when you're ready. Don't worry. They're not gone. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna try to ink in a way that allows me to fill in the background around this, and then I will be able to, not be able to, but I will then ink the middle part with the Gryphons and stuff, because then I'll be able to see what does it look like with all the dark background, and then be able to make some inking decisions based on that in here. So now I'm basically just ink the outside part. I'm gonna use this to, and I'll go this way, because I learned from experience that when it's just like a background, it looks much nicer when the lines go horizontally than when they go up and down. When it goes up and down, it feels like it's like supposed to be moving up and down, and even though the steam is going up and down, it's not like an elevator shooting up or something. So alright, so that's my explanation why I'm turning this way so that it's easy for me to make this motion. Yeah. Sarah says, even with some major stresses gone, we've been having other stresses. I'll try to write to you about them since it's not urgent. You get me to do some words. Yeah, don't force yourself or anything. But if it's helpful to you, then of course, you know, I'm always here. I love getting letters. Of course, I love hearing what you're up to and stuff, so. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I expressed this thought fully, but it's nice that this prompt idea is so simple for me because I now have lots of time to do some really nice detailed ink techniques instead of a lot of the times it's been taking me half the stream just to do the sketch, so I only have half the stream to finish up the inking. So this way I have 45 minutes still even now. Well, I mean a little bit less now, but I have so much time to carefully ink or add lots of little details. So this is exciting because this is unusual. Like even this, well, it's probably tedious for you guys to watch, but being able to ink this nice and neat, one line at a time is so, I don't know what the word is. It's like, it's nice to have the time to do it. What is, there's a word for that. It's not like freedom, it's like, can't think of the word. But to be able to take my time is nice. Instead of just go blah, 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 blah. To do this one line at a time, nice and slow, nice and even. Ooh, yeah. I think that's probably what I was thinking. To have the luxury. Yes. Thank you, Sarah. That fits perfectly with what I'm feeling like. Yes, it's a luxury to be able to... That's kind of weird. It's a weird thought. It's a luxury to be able to ink horizontal straight lines one by one. To actually describe what I'm doing is kind of weird, but... No, it is though. Because I always have so many things I want to do, and that means a lot of things get rushed. Especially if it's stuff like Inktober, where it's just a practice session more than anything else. And like, if it produces a really cool piece of art, that's great, but what I'm really concerned about is just practicing. But that means that it often gets rushed or limited. Because it's so rewarding. I'll show you. Take a break for a second. This, oops, let's see if I focus the camera. This is so nice. It's hand drawn, so it's not 100, you know, it's not perfectly straight, but it's much more straight and parallel than I would normally be able to do if I was going faster. Yeah. Sarah says the luxury is to be able to take your time. Yes. Yes. It's so nice. I've been trying to work that in a little bit more on other aspects of my life as well. Because I have a workaholic tendency, so it's important for me to be mindful of what I'm doing, and, you know, is it really important that I get so stuck on this, or can it wait? Taking my time is it's nice also because if you have time in between, so for instance, with my big illustration projects, I had been trying to get one done per month, but it just wasn't happening, and then I would feel bad, and then because I felt bad, my motivation would go down, and so it would take even longer. But I realized that just working on it a little bit every day and not rushing it, and not worrying about a deadline, like an arbitrary deadline, actually makes the piece better, because the time in between, when I'm not working on it, I'm still thinking about it, or my brain is digesting it in the background, and also my creative, like the logistical creative side, to be able to recreate is refreshed by the downtime. So it's actually, my work is better when I take my time. Almost done with one side. Oh, thank you. She says it's looking pretty amazing though. Yay. I don't think anybody... I'll be surprised if somebody else on their own did something like this for their kettle. Oh, wow. Good job. Sarah says, bit of good news. Time to throw away these leggings I'm wearing because I lost enough weight that they aren't tight anymore. Nice. I mean, assuming that that was your goal, because that's my goal. I'm still working towards I'm trying to get down to 125 pounds, and then I want to work on building up as much muscle as possible. But it's very hard to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time, so I'm focusing on losing fat, losing weight, and then going to focus on gain muscle and get as... I mean, it's not bad though. I mean, look at this. Look at my... I've been working on this for so long. Okay. I'll stop. Anyway. Good job. It's so fun. I mean, it kind of sucks because it costs money, but it's so fun to shop for new clothes as a reward when you... Like, as a reward and as a practical thing when you've reached your new body composition goals. So it's like, haha, I worked so hard and now I get to have new clothes because I need new clothes because the old ones don't fit. What is this one? What is this? Surprised. Surprised. Oh shoot, I forgot the name. Not emoticon, not emoji. Emote. Surprised. My legs are really good too because I run a lot, so pretty proud of the legs. But ever since I was in high school, I wanted to be strong because, you know, I'd be like physically strong, like muscular, because I watched Ghost in the Shell or Naruto or what, you know, like other ones where like all these characters are so strong and athletic and really cool, and I just really wanted to be like that too, and so I've been working on it for so long. But it's really, because since I'm not a pro athlete or anything, it takes a long time. So I've been working on it a very long time. High school was a long time ago for me. So let's see, because I graduated in 2004. So my 20-year anniversary of graduating is coming up next year. I just barely thought, I didn't think about that. Wow. Well, there was a 10-year anniversary. What do you call it when you get together for school? Oh, what is that called? You get together with your classmates. No, not graduation. That's, no. Why can I never think of words? What do they call it? It's like the anniversary party and you get together with everybody people you knew, people you didn't know, but you all were in school together at the same time and you graduated the same year. Blast it. Anyway, they had one for the 10-year anniversary. But back then I was still really struggling with social anxiety, so I did not go. Plus, it would have cost money to like get a hotel room and the travel across state to go back. It wouldn't be so bad now for me, but yeah, I had plenty of excuses not to go. But if they did another one, if they did a 10-year one, then I think I'd go this time, because I'm not afraid of people anymore. I actually love people. I love chatting with people, like just random people. So I would love if they did another one, but I don't know. It's just like a volunteer thing to put those kind of events on, so I won't be surprised if nobody does it. I can't believe I can't remember what that's called. Okay, Google, what is it called when people get together for an anniversary of graduating from high school?
According to Wikipedia.org, a class reunion is a meeting of former
Class reunion!
organized in or near their former high school or college by one or more class members. Do you want a little more context?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, my speaker comes through, my Google speaker. It's called a class reunion. Yeah, I never went to any. That's what I was getting at. 20 years. I still remember being in kindergarten, and for our kindergarten graduation, we made these little construction paper cap and gown and put what our graduation year would be on it. So I learned in kindergarten that my graduation year would be 2004. So I still remember it. It's physically, like, I feel the paper. I can feel the paper graduation robes or whatever. So I still remember even back then, and then it's been so long since that day actually came. And yet, I don't feel any different. I feel like the same person, which is weird because I've changed a lot. Sarah says, how is your memory so good? Well, it's selective. I only have some certain memories like that. Really vivid. Some memories are, for some reason, very vivid to me. I also remember this Colors of the Rainbow song, and I've never been able to find it anywhere like anybody else ever learned it, but I learned it in kindergarten. And it's something like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, those are the colors of the rainbow cloud. I learned that in kindergarten. I still remember it. Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about. So I don't know what's up with it. I've tried to Google it every once in a while because it just comes into my head. It's so it's one of those earworms. It's like I can never forget it, and it just randomly comes to me. Even though the pen is not making it like completely smooth, sometimes there's these little lighter areas like dry brush happening. Overall, I like the effect because I didn't want it to be like it was super black or anything. I just wanted it to be a lot darker so that the steam could show up nicely. What tune is that? Man, I wish I knew. I bet that would help me find this song. It's like maybe they just made it up. Maybe the teachers at that school just made it up, you know? Or something. Yeah, I do feel like it is a familiar, like, not just that song kind of tune as well. I don't know. It's weird. That song just randomly comes into my head. All those little kids songs stick with me a lot because a lot of times when I'm falling asleep, I'll just start singing the ABC song in my head to help me get sleepy. Almost every night I sing the ABCs in my head right before going to bed. Almost there! Just a tiny little bit left. There, I think that's good enough. Wow, it's satisfying. I love this texture. It feels like it should be woven or something. Like feels like I should be able to feel a little bump, 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 bump. But no, it's quite smooth. Here, I'll show you. Just watching me do this boring draw 1,000 lines. Maybe literally 1,000. But here's the close-up. Okay, now to ink the fun part. So I'll start with... Yeah, I'm going to use the small end of this brush pen. I was thinking about whether I wanted to use this fine liner for anything, and I don't know if I will. Maybe I'll use it for a little bit of some stuff in the steam later, but for now I'm going to move on to this one. Oh yeah! That's what it is. That's the tune. Yeah, it's not that great. I won't even say it because I don't want any. Don't even want to mention it, but yeah, it's true. It's that not that great of a song. Well, I'm glad that the one I think of is just the colors of the rainbow. Wow. Well, it is a familiar one then. But that tune also, now that you've mentioned that, where it's also familiar from, there's a one for learning how to, and I can't do it, but you can use it to learn how to count people in Japanese, because in Japanese there's a counter for everything. So like the example that I like is like in English we say drops of water, like 5 drops of water. Well, the drops part in Japanese, you have that for everything. So for people, it's nin. So you say like, well, the first couple are old carryover words. So hitori, futari, and then it's san nin, yon nin, go nin, roku nin, shichi nin, hachi nin, etc. So there's a version of that song that is to teach how to say those counters for up to 10 of how many people there are in using Japanese. So there are some other good ones. They're not all unfortunate. Yeah, I think so too. Sarah says your lyrics are better. Yeah, I'm glad. Glad to know. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That's a much better. A much better song. I'm glad we've gone away from that stuff a lot. I mean, of course, there's still problems, but we've gone away and we're getting a lot more considerate of one another in my lifetime. Just gotta keep it up. I thought I would ink these in and just have little silhouettes, but I'm really liking how it's looking just doing the outside in very simple lines, so I'm just gonna keep doing this. I gotta get a sip of water real quick. I don't know if you can hear it, but it seems like Eva's having a little dream. She's going... Okay, here's this one that's I made right in the center. It's too bad the Inktober retreat that I went to where I got this stuff, it's happening again this year, and it's even cheaper than it was last year's. It was just like an amazing deal because it's all room and board included for, it's either 5 nights, 6 days, or 6 nights, 7 days, but it's only $800 if you sign up before the end of June, and that's like incredible. Unfortunately, it's in Malone, New York still, and last year I was able to afford to go, but this year it's just too much because the Japan vacation, and then in December I'm gonna take the JLPT test, and so that requires me to travel over to Oregon. So even though I really wanted to find a way to be able to go, I'm just gonna email the people who run the retreat and let them know if they do it next year that I would be much more likely to be able to make it. But I hope they do it next year because it was such a cool experience, because it wasn't just doing Inktober. It was like going on hikes with people, and the retreat itself, the retreat center itself is like in this, it's a teeny tiny park, but it's so beautiful in October, like the yellow leaves, just so amazing. I just can't do it. I can't do it this year though. Can't justify it. Okay, so I am using this fine liner pen now. I'm going to do some hatching on the Kettle here to show where the, so like as it goes in, it gets darker because the light starts fading away. And actually I'm gonna do it upside down so that I get the nice tapered tip toward the top. Let's see, where are we on time? 22 minutes left. So much time! So nice. Okay, so I've got that in there, and then we'll do a little bit here too. So I emphasize the idea of the lip around the edge where the water gets poured. Okay, good. Now, yeah, I'm going to use this as well. I was thinking of going back to this small end, but since I did not make silhouettes of these guys, I don't want to confuse the lines between what is a Gryphon and what is some steam. So I'm going to use this much smaller one to start adding in these little wisps of steam. I'm using my pencil lines as a guide, but not worrying about being like inking over the pencil lines perfectly either. And I'm bringing in some lines from these edges to try to help this look not so like such a solid thing, and I'll do some more to help break it up and make it more steam-like as well. But right now I'm just doing these little wispy trails to start with. making sure some are actually coming out of this spout as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, should I use this or should I, let me think. Maybe I should use this or this one. Yeah. I'm now going to go back to the same one I was using for this background and ink in some areas of the steam. That way it looks like it's clear, like translucent and showing through, so there's not like this solid thing of steam instead of this translucent thing of steam. And since I've already established the background being these lines like this, these horizontal lines, by doing the same style horizontal lines inside of this steam shape, it really helps create that illusion of it passing through the what is passing through? The vision of the onlooker? How can I describe that? Anyway. And make some so that they're next to the Gryphons as well, so that they're not just, the Gryphons aren't perfectly, somehow perfectly framed by the steam. And I had already started doing it here, but I will also just do some that are more like hatching lines that are farther apart. So it is more like translucent and not transparent in some areas. All the lines, yep, so many lines. So many lines in this one. Lots of parallel horizontal lines too, not just any kind of line. And also making them not perfect circles or something, like sometimes they go up or down, or just trying to make it look organic. Doing my best to make organic looking choices. And also to add some lines to the edges here so that these plumes of steam don't look too perfect either. So they're broken up a little bit. This one goes on to behind that Gryphon there. Okay, let me take a break and look at it before I do any more. I don't want to go too crazy either and lose sight of the overall effect. I really like this interesting graphic look I've got going on, but I want to keep adding. Just want to keep adding. I feel like the steam is still a little bit too blocky, too solid of a thing. Break it up some more with more lines. Oh, scam caller's calling me. Nope, not answering. Well, it says scam likely. Thank you, phone. I always figure if it's important enough, they'll leave a message. If they don't leave a message, it probably was either a scam or spam. It's not necessarily the same thing, but... Where are we on time? 15 minutes left, still plenty of time. I'm going to add some more ink up here. Bring this up higher. Whoop. So maybe I will use this small fine liner again to do more of the same, but using much more fine lines. Get even more translucent effect. But I'm thinking maybe even though I wanted to keep it, I might actually fill in these Gryphons after all, because although I can't really do that because here. Okay, so never mind. Oh, but I've got these markers. I'll just fill the Gryphons in with marker and they'll stand out. Haha. I normally would not include marker in my, if I was selecting my own Inktober kit with no outside influence. But since this came with this, I've been using them whenever they are handy. Whenever they support my overall vision for the piece I'm working on. Oh no, that's not good. You can ruin your pot. I hope it's alright. Sarah says, I just turned on the heat on the stove, but forgot to put stuff in the pot, so it's getting hot all empty. Hopefully it's alright. If it's like a nice, heavy pot, it should be fine though. What are you making? Some delicious dinner? I think it's dinner time. It's getting close to dinner time here. I think it's close to dinner time where you are. I don't remember what I'm having for dinner tonight. Not too hungry yet, though. I just drank a bunch of tea and had delicious ramen that I made. I mean, I didn't make the ramen part. I didn't make the noodles, but I made some mushrooms and broccolis and fried tofus and wakame, seaweed, ginger oil. What else? Some other stuff I put in there too. Anyway, it was extremely delicious and very filling, so I'm not hungry yet. Gonna fry some chicken. It's after 6. That's dinner time. Dinner time for you. Soon it shall be my dinner time. Let's see, what time? Okay, got 10 minutes. Well, I'll go to do a little marker on these Gryphons to help them stand out from their steamy environment. So where's my swatch page at the beginning? I feel like I don't want them to be too intense of a color, so should I just maybe just do a couple colors or one color? Yeah, I'm gonna do this purple and this, it looks green, but it's actually like light gray or something it's called, but anyway, it's this one and this one. So this one is called violet, and this one is called, it's just called gray. Ooh, I could also, well, wait. I was gonna say that I could color in the kettle too, maybe, but no, I think I'll leave the Kettle white because the focus I want is on the Gryphons, not on the Kettle itself, even though the prompt is Kettle. Yes, this is nice. It's not too bold, not too vibrant for how dark the rest of it is. I don't want them to stand out. Standing out always sounds like a good idea, but sometimes it can stand out too much and not. Then it makes the Gryphons look like they're not part of the environment that I built for them, so that's why I chose these more muted of the 5 colors available. Oops, wrong side. I want the small side. Yeah, this gray is almost exactly the same color as the graphite. So the graphite lines just disappear. Trying to decide. So I don't want it to be too like purple, gray, purple, gray, purple, gray. Let's see. But I only... I don't want it to look too repetitive. So I think I'm going to color all of these top ones in gray because I don't see any other way to do it without making it look like it's a stripes of purple and gray. I think the only thing I would do if I had it in this kit is use a little, but it wouldn't work because this paper is ivory colored, not white, but I would love to do a little bit of white outline on the Gryphons to help them stand out just a little tiny bit more. Well, instead of that, I'm gonna take this fine liner once again and just add a little bit of extra ink on the bottom side so that it's makes it feel like gravity, or puts extra weight on the bottom so that it I can never explain this right, but anyway, I'm putting it on the bottom side only because it looks like a shadow, or it looks like it's heavier and sort of implies gravity is taking effect or something. I'm going to do that on all these Gryphons. Hopefully that will help them stand out just a tad bit more, because I'm trying to find a balance between them standing out so much that they don't look like they belong, and standing out enough that they're not lost among the steam. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that makes Inktober so great for practice, because I don't know when I would ever practice drawing Gryphons floating up in steam from a kettle. I don't think I ever would have thought to draw something like this otherwise. And the unique challenges that come with it. Okay. And one more, I think, this one. And this one I put all this dark area behind it, so it's already got a lot of dark lines near it. Ooh, I do think that helped. I don't know if it helps from this distance, from the camera distance, but when I'm looking at it with my naked eye, it definitely the Gryphons definitely stand out better. So now I'm just looking it over one more time to identify any last minute areas that I'd like to add more ink to. So there's 4 minutes left, so I can call it good pretty much any time here. So mostly just softening up some of these edges with a little more hatching. Just add a little bit more. Keep adding it on. Yeah, I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy with that. Although, how to get... Could just write it on the other page. Okay, this is one time when I will use white ink, and I'll just get a white ink pen from over here. I'm gonna write with white ink right here to say, what do I put? Inktober 52. I'm gonna have to look it up every time. I've just come to accept that, I think. It doesn't show up as much as I hoped. Inktober 52. Whoa, okay, I'm gonna actually look at my title. Oh, right, it was Kettle. Because I don't want to write the wrong one again. Kettle. And then today's date, the 20th of June. 2023. I might go over that again after I'm done with the stream. It shows up good in some parts of some letters, and then other letters is just completely lost. Okay, here's the last close-up look of today's Inktober 52. Oh, if my camera would come on camera, you can do it. Thank you. Okay, here it is. The prompt was kettle, and I learned that a kettle is a group of birds writing up drafts. So I use that plus the literal interpretation of kettle to draw a group of Gryphons writing an updraft that's coming from, like, either these are tiny, tiny Gryphons or this is a gigantic kettle. Huh. That was fun. I feel like this is one of the more interesting ideas that I've done so far this year. I'm quite happy with it. Kind of reminds me of Dr. Seuss or something. Now I'm looking at it. Oh yeah, Sarah says, out of curiosity, no judges. I forget. Are you vegan or vegetarian? Eggs and cheese out too. Yeah, I'm vegan. But, I mean, for one, eggs, I never liked eggs. So that was never a problem. But with cheese, there are so many delicious vegan cheeses, like, I don't even miss it. Like, it's not even a problem, so. But yeah. Vegan! Yay! Saving all the animals I possibly can. What is this? Scary hype. Hype! And these cute. I love these emote things. One day I want to make some for my channel. Yeah, someday. Someday I'll have the time. Okay, that is going to be it for today's stream. I will be back tomorrow, actually, because I'll be back to my normal streaming schedule. I'll be doing a lucky dip, so hopefully I'll see you then. But either way, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching.